everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chew News. As always, I'm your host, D Brady. With me is my co-host,
Tay Chi Chu with two angry cats.
One of them looks like they just left. So today we had the Pokemon Presents giving us a slew of information on the new and upcoming games and just stuff in the Pokemon world. So we're going to be going over the raids, some of the new video games coming out, some of the new animations coming out, such as like two new series, and then ending with what everyone was waiting for, the Scarlet and Violet DLC.
Yeah.
So, starting off with raid news as we typically do, we are having Mewtwo in the 7-star raids, which is kind of what we expected. We saw in a data mine that we were going to be able to challenge Mewtwo, but one thing we didn't know is if we were going to be able to catch it or not. Because typically, whenever we had the Mewtwo raids in Sword and Shield, we weren't able to catch it. The only time we were able to catch Mewtwo in a raid was during the uh, raid adventure in the Crown Tundra.
Whoa.
Yeah, but now we're able to catch it and we can get it with the mightiest mark. But in addition to that, we have a Mew distribution that's going on, and it is the code for it is literally just get your Mew, and the
Mm-hmm.
O is substituted with a 0 because you can't do a traditional O in any of the mystery gift codes. But this Mew can come to you at level 5, any nature, any Terra type. I got mine and I'm immediately having to use a mint on it because it came with an impish nature, which is one of the worst natures for Mew.
Woo.
Uh, and I just got a Psychic Terra, so nothing too special. I didn't get one of the like spicier
Special.
Terras, but special ones. But honestly, don't really care. I am a little peeved that we can't catch Mew in any of the rides. I would like that to change sometime soon because I think it's about time that we are able to catch some mythicals because we haven't been able to catch Mew properly since Gen 3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're able to catch some mythicals right now, but not all of them. Like you were able to catch Arceus, Darkrai, Shaman, and BDSP,
Yeah.
but we should be able to catch a lot more mythicals. But that
Equal
raid event,
mythicals.
yes, hashtag we should catch mythicals. But the raid is not actually, the Mewtwo raid is actually not going to be for a while. So it is starting Thursday, August 31st and running until September 17th. So
Oh.
you have until then to get Mewtwo. But we do have some upcoming 5-star raids that do start today, the 8th. Now, this is going to be kind of a triple 5-star raid thing featuring Scizor, Hydreigon, and Blissey,
Mm-hmm.
which I love because I love hunting for Blissey in these Terra raid events because it gives you so many EXP candies. So
Sadist.
many. But
Excuse me.
that runs from the 8th of August until the 17th. So I think about a week or two before the Mewtwo raid starts. So you have until then to get everything prepped and ready. So Tay, what kind of minute Unite news did we get today?
Well, you know how everyone hates Mewtwo and Pokemon Unite? Don't worry. They made it so now he'll be able to transform into Mewtwo Y. Why is that, you ask? I do not know. But we also got a code for Pokemon Unite's second anniversary. They came out with a new game mode, but they did that like a while ago, so it's you know it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so the let me find the code really quick. I did have it. It's second anniversary. It's second like 2 ND anniversary, and basically you receive two 3-day licenses for Mew and Mewtwo, and two platinum boost emblems of Mew and Mewtwo as well. So I think Hello? I think personally that they should have just given the Mewtwo champion thing
Hmm.
because Mew's been out for a while. Um, but who am I? But now for the next 3 days, you'll probably at least see one Mewtwo in your game or Mew. So
Yay.
that's a lovely little thought and makes everyone angry, and that's fine. I wish there was more news. Like they totally could have came out with like a different or a sneak peek for like a different character that's coming, but there wasn't.
No,
Stop.
this would have been the time to do it.
Yeah. Well, always next time.
Always.
They really Mewtwo's become Brick. Mewtwo's becoming the Charizard child.
It's becoming the Charizard of the legendaries, at least.
Yes. Which I get it. Mewtwo's cool, but it's like, come
It
on.
is, but it's not the best.
Mhm.
So, some mini mobile game news. We've got in Tay's favorite game, Masters EX,
No one plays it.
we're finally getting some Paldea members and representation in there. We're getting Nimona and Palmot in there, as well as kind of going back to Galar and getting Victor and Spectrier. So that's pretty cool. And then
Can I make a comment about that? Why'd they give Victor that horse?
I don't know. I
That's what
don't know.
Patter said on his live stream. And I went, that's a good point.
That is a very good point because I mean, if there's one thing to be said, it's Masters EX. Like they give some random pairings,
Yeah.
but then in the newest game, Pokemon Sleep, they're about to do a full moon kind of special event
Mm-hmm.
where they didn't give a full like release on anything. They just said wait for further details. But during the full moon, it's a good time for Pokemon. It says it's a good time for Pokemon Sleep. Your Snorlax's drowsy power will be stronger than usual. So we'll see how that goes and what that entails. But it's been pretty fun. I've caught one shiny in Pokemon Sleep so far.
I still have 0.
It'll happen. I was
Every
not
day I
expecting this
wake
one.
up and I don't have a shiny, I go, I am sad. Why not me, Pokemon?
It'll happen.
Not soon enough. You got a shiny Caterpie.
I got a shiny
I
Caterpie.
can't even get the Pokemon to sleep on my Snorlax's belly.
Yeah, since I replaced my Pikachu, none of my Pokemon sleep on Snorlax's belly.
None of them. Not a single one. I feed him all his salads. And he's still. I also haven't gotten anything other than curry and salads.
Mine 1 week had a craving for sweet stuff, but that only happened once. Now I'm back to the curry. So, and then the last mobile game news for Cafe Remix, Paldean Pokemon are also coming to that. The Paldean starters are making a quick comeback in Pelipper deliveries, and you can get the chance to grab Tatsugiri and I think Tinkaton as well. You can also get a special skin for Jigglypuff and a chance to get 5-star chef Tropical Vaporeon.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's all the mobile game news. Tay, what's going on with the Pikachu that's on your shirt?
Oh, which one? This one? This one? Or this one? So,
Yes.
they came out with another like trailer for Detective Pikachu. Although now like it's a lot more Pokemon, like Paldean Pokemon and stuff like that. Don't worry, Ryan Reynolds. I don't worry, as if I want that to happen. Ryan Reynolds is not the voice actor, which I think is very weird for everyone who's watched Detective Pikachu. I feel like he should have been the voice actor throughout the entire franchise, but who am I? But a simple little Chichu. Anyway, going off of that, it's gonna be coming out. It was interesting, to say the least. Did it get me interested in it? Yes. But I still think the whole Ryan Reynolds thing kind of throws me off a little bit. It looks like a fun, cute game. I don't know how into it people are, considering Detective Pikachu came out in like 2019, 2018. But
Yeah, it's been a while.
they're still trying to make some bank off it, which I can understand. Everyone loves a Pikachu and a good old fashioned hat, but it is what it is. I would have rather had other news because we already knew it was coming out.
Yeah.
Um, but it's coming. Passing on back.
And then, so the thing that everyone was waiting for, the news on the Scarlet and Violet DLC, we actually did get a lot of kind of information, a lot of, and also not enough information
Yes.
at the same time. We got the reveal of two new Pokemon, both evolutions of previous gen Pokemon, of previous Gen 8 Pokemon. Actually, so Applin gets a new evolution. We don't know how it's gonna evolve, but we have a new evolution for Applin called Diplin. It's also a grass and dragon type. It's got a new ability and a new move called I'm looking it up right now. But it's got a new move.
While he's looking that up, I would like just to say I do like Diplin a lot. He's a little candied apple. People are hoping that his shiny is that he is a carameled apple.
That would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people are very excited because they love the line already of, Flapple and Appletoon. I do find this one interesting. At Appletoon and Flapple will be always have my heart, but Diplin's a good addition.
It is.
You got that new move for us?
Super. It's Syrup Bomb, I believe.
Syrup bomb.
Syrup Bomb, and then it's got a new ability called Super Sweet Syrup, where the when it comes out, it kind of activates like Intimidate, but instead of lowering like attack, it lowers the evasiveness of a Pokemon.
Interesting.
Hmm.
The more you know.
Yeah, yeah. So interested to see how that will play out, but and I don't know how Syrup Bomb works because I know for at least like Apple Acid, Appleton's signature move that I believe lowers the special attack
Mm-hmm.
of a Pokemon, and Grav Apple I believe lowers the defense. If I could be wrong on that, but uh,
In and out these cats.
this could be the Syrup Bomb could lower the Pokemon speed
Hmm.
or evasiveness. That's my guess. That's not concrete.
Not concrete. Allegedly.
Not concrete. Allegedly. And then the other evolution we got was an evolution of Duraludon, which
Mmm.
also very interesting. Wasn't expecting it. But it goes from a skyscraper to a bridge.
Ooh.
And its name is Archelodon. And it's also a steel and dragon type. I'm loving the dragon representation because as I am wearing a Dragonite shirt right now, big fan of dragon types.
Dragoon.
The its signature move kind of is the electric type solar beam where it takes a second to charge,
Mm-hmm.
and that I think that's really cool that we're getting like we have bitter blade which is the fire type leech life,
Yeah.
so now we've got an electric type
Are going down the
solar
line.
beam going down the line. But like solar beam, how it fires in one turn in harsh sunlight, in the rain, this electric type move fires in one go.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So that'll be pretty cool. And Archelodon, that kind of leads into what Tay will be talking about. Archelodon is the ace Pokemon of one of the new characters that got released.
Yes, he certainly is. And I'm going to tell you about them right now if my good old fashioned Twitter is working, but you know what? We're getting through it. We're moving and grooving. Um, so we were introduced to a bunch of new characters in both the Teal Mask DLC and in the other
Indigo
one,
Disc. Indigo.
Indigo. I kept saying India. Disc. We got the Elite Four. Um, in the Indigo Disc. We also saw some other
Mhm.
characters that we interact with in the Teal Mask. I'm gonna
Mhm.
start with Teal Mask because that's coming out first. We met Perrin, who is a camera-loving traveler with an easygoing personality. It looks like she's in search of a certain Pokemon and wants to take a photo of it. And if you take a look at her, she does have a very, very big resemblance to another person that we saw in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is
Adaman,
Adaman. I can't remember
the
names
leader,
for
the,
anything.
the leader of the Diamond Clan, which I think is really cool that they kind of brought that back around
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't know who Adaman was, or like so many people were trying to speculate like who he was the ancestor of.
Yeah. So we saw her, Perrin, and then we also see Miss Briar. She has an extremely inquisitive deposition that shows a keen interest in the terrestrial phenomenon. So it looks like she's a professor for all the students. And then in Indigo Desk, we meet the Elite Four. We already met Lacey, and then we also meet Crispin, who's enjoys cooking and red hot battles. He's my favorite. We have, and there, it's also called the BB League Elite Four. Then we have Amaris. She's a taciturn, sure, and keeps her cool in any situation. And then we finally get to Drayton, which is who we were just talking about, who has the Acelodon?
Ar,
Arcelodon?
I say Arclodon.
Arclodon.
I
Arclodon.
have no idea.
It says Drayton may act lackadaisical, but apparently is a force to be reckoned with in battle.
And now, if you've been following a lot of leaks and Pokemon speculation videos like I have, uh, one thing that's been floating around is one of these characters is heavily tied to a character in Black and White. And then it was recently announced that it's going to be I believe, their nephew or grandson of Drayden, the Dragon type gym leader.
Mm-hmm.
And so Drayton, he has a Dragon type ace. He looks like a younger Drayden.
Mm-hmm.
His name is literally Drayton and Drayden.
Mm-hmm.
Clear connection there. So tease to potential Black and White remakes. Hopefully they're actually good and not BDSP.
God hoping.
God hoping. Or at least like some sort of tie to Legends, maybe a Legends Kyurem game, like everyone's been thinking.
A lot of people liked Legends. I just couldn't super get into it.
Yeah.
Just give me something like Omega Sapphire, or sorry, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire,
Yes.
along the lines of that, and we'll be cruising.
So a couple new Pokemon that we also got released were two new Paradox forms, which kind of also let us know that we're going to be getting two more down the line. We got the Paradox form of Raikou for past form, and it is Raging Bolt. It basically looks like a Brachiosaurus, like
Or a
how
giraffe.
walking, or a giraffe, kind of like how Walking Wake was a Velociraptor. And don't know its type yet, but likely probably Electric Dragon since they went Water Dragon with Walking Wake.
Mm.
And then Iron Crown, the future Paradox form for Cabalion. So that is really cool. Something that we talked about before of wanting to see, or at least I've talked about before, of wanting to see more past paradox forms for Raikou and Entei,
Mhm.
and then future paradox forms for Cobalion and Terrakion. And we got that. And like Raging Bolt, we don't know Iron Crown's typing. My guess is they're probably going to do what they did with Iron Leaves. They did Grass Psychic. So they'll probably do Iron Psychic, and they're just replacing the fighting type for Psychic type. And
I
that would be interesting and cool in my opinion, but you never know. But this also, like I said, opens the door for the final two for a past paradox Entei and a future paradox Terrakion.
I'm not a big fan of the mythicals that are Cobalion, Verizon, and the third
I
one
mean, not
that you just said that for whatever reason.
Terrakion. Yeah.
Terrakion.
I mean, not many people are, but they're also the next Gen 2 get a remake is Gen 5.
That's true.
So,
It totally makes sense. I'm just saying I've never been like the biggest fan
mhm,
of those little fellas.
yeah. They've always been very interesting.
Sure.
But something I saw, and I don't know if it was after they've been caught or whatnot, but it looks like you saw them in the wild at
Hmm.
some point. So, like I said, I don't know if this was after someone like the game dev has caught them or whatnot, but I would like to think that they're available through
To
some
catch
sort
them.
of terror raid event.
I'm so sick of these terror raids, man.
You know, for people like you and my other friend who hasn't finished the game, eh, it can be kind of annoying, but for people like me who just want to catch them and get it over and done with, great.
And I applaud you for that. I just like I miss the Gigantamax raid mechanics a lot. I just
Well,
feel
this is
like
the Gigantamax raid mechanic of this gen.
no, I mean like the mechanics of the toughness of it.
This isn't tough.
No, I love that the Gigantamax raids were far easier and doable
Oh,
than
oh,
this.
yeah.
That's like if that were the case, I would do it. But for me, it's just like,
You'll let me do it and then breed you the Pokemon?
well, that would be great. But with these legendaries, I can't really do that.
True.
So now I have to, and I missed my chance with Walking Wake. But luckily, they're not VGC viable yet. So
Well, not just that, but they'll probably also do another round for them sometime in the future, probably when the DLC comes out.
oh, I'm sure.
Because I believe the I could be wrong on this just because we did get a
Alleged.
lot of information. We did get a lot of information and trying to sort it all out. Uh I believe Raging Bolt and Iron Crown aren't available until the second DLC.
That's possible. I don't think they said.
I don't think they said either, but that'd be my speculation.
Unless they
But
come out with a
other
random tweet.
true. But one thing that we didn't get, we still don't know the typing for Ogerpon, Terapagos, Okidogi, Monkey and Pheasantipity. Still don't know their typings.
Gotta be
But
dark.
I thought it would be too, but part of me is kind of leaning towards poison now because of their ability Toxic Chain.
Yeah.
But one thing we did learn about Ogerpon and Terapagos is they both have different forms. Like Terapagos, the baby Pokemon that was showcased in Lico's pendant is Terapagos, but in what it's called a normal form.
Yeah.
And the big turtle that we all saw whenever it got revealed, that's its special kind of terrestrial form.
So my man, I'm cracking my chest.
You're good. And then Ogerpon has a terrestrial form as well, where it looks like the whole mask becomes what the crowns would be.
Mm-hmm. Come on up.
So it's interesting. definitely very interesting. Would still love to see what everyone's typing is.
Oh yeah, they're just leaving it all up to be a mystery,
Hmm.
which is fine. I wanted to see more like Paldean Pokemon because we
Hmm.
already we were discussing beforehand. We already don't have. Come on up then. Sorry, we don't have a lot of Paldean Pokemon at the moment.
Hmm.
Like we only have Wooper and Taurus and Clogsire, but we don't
Yeah.
have like those types of
Regional
regional specific
forms.
forms, which is one of the parts I really like in the game.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, they gave some other regional evolutions like for Rigoraph and others, but you're right, it's not enough. Hi Tiki.
I was just waiting for her and she just wouldn't come.
And then we did get a release date for the first DLC. It is coming September 13th.
Mhm.
The second DLC we're still waiting to hear on, but that's to be expected. But it's really good that we're getting the first DLC kind of sooner than we were all expecting.
Oh yeah, it's always good to get. It's a lot sooner. I expected it to be. Don't punch it. I expected it to be like November.
Yeah, but we got that. And then to wrap up, because this episode I think is going to be just centered around the Pokemon Presents because we got so much information out. Um, the last thing is for Nintendo Switch Online, the Pokemon trading card game and Pokemon Stadium 2 are now available for purchase.
Yes, which is exciting for some, and
Exciting
for
for some, yeah.
others, not.
Very disappointing because I was hoping to get Gen 3 games like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
But alas, you were
Alas,
mistaken.
I was sorely mistaken.
Yeah, you can't play with plastic. You'll suffocate.
Yeah, that's not good, Tiki. But they're probably honestly saving that for the next Nintendo Switch generation coming in 2024.
Like the new like console.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy a new console. Well, I'll be able to afford it, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
That's a really bad coping joke. Uh, but yeah,
But with that, that is pretty much everything that we learned this morning. So we just want to say that we're going to be doing a kind of double upload. Tay had some pretty unfortunate things happen this past week. So thank you for being patient with us, but we're going to do an upload of last week's episode as well as this week, which, like I said, it's just going to be a quick little Pokemon Presents focused episode.
yes, exactly.
So thank you for all listening, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We are at Chew News One on Twitter. I am at D Brady EW21 on Twitter.
And I am at Teichichu7.
Perfect. And then remember, guys, next time you choose your news, choose.
Chew News.
Bye, everybody.